The Christie administration closer to creating a significant economic boost for Grand Bahama. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news tonight, Prime Minister Perry Christie, the Minister for Finance, wrapped up debate on the Grand Bahama Port Area Investor Incentives Bill in the House of Assembly last evening. He referenced the Memorandum of Understanding between the government and the Port Authority earlier this year to ensure effective governance for the island. The Prime Minister also listed the obstacles he says the government endured to a memorandum of understanding signed between Hutchison Whampoa and the former administration back in 1994.
But with respect to the bulk of the land, the 70,000 acres, the owners agreed that we would be able to buy at a reasonable price into that, and therefore sit around the table as owners. And the principle of that is important. Secondly, that we will have directors on the company, sitting on the company, being able to ensure the company conforms with government policy, and to be able to, again, agitate for the development of the land. As a result, Mr. Speaker, of Hutchison knowing that they have spent hundreds of millions of dollars that they said they wasted. They said that monies to keep hotels open in Grand Bahama, they had hundreds of millions of dollars, they said, went down. But they wanted to do it as part of their corporate the responsibility they were exercising as corporate investors who had been given the privilege of investing in Grand Bahama, made them maintain that hotel operation. As a part of this overall process, Mr. In all the discussions we've had with them on Mediterranean shipping, they have come, I believe, Mr. Speaker, very constructively to understand that some things have to happen and some things have to change.
Now, Mr. Christie said this bill will realize his administration's goal of upgrading and transforming essential services in Grand Bahama and inject more life into the city.
We should have groundbreaking shortly on a school and sporting facilities on Western Grand Bahama. We are negotiating a public-private partnership for construction, again, in the western area of Grand Bahama, Mr. Speaker. And we hope we've established a template because we are doing a public-private partnership for creating a transition from the current post office to a new post office, Mr. Speaker, and also for the Road Traffic Authority, a public-private partnership on Tolling-Darling Highway. So all of these things, and we're using that same template for a private-public partnership in Grand Bahama.
The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the Honourable Obi Wilshcombe, took a trip down memory lane, retelling the history of Freeport during his contribution to the debate. He didn't mince words, admitting that he has difficulty with some aspects of the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement, but says that some things do need to be changed.
I believe that what has happened for governments, successive governments, they allowed the Port Authority to operate because they have the whole country to run, and so the port had its own deal. It had its independence of sorts, and in fact it ran about its business. But the truth is, Mr. Speaker, they were in fact building their strength. We must understand the importance of having a minister for Grand Bahama. Don't take it lightly, Mr. Speaker. For years you've been operating here in central government, but there's been no authority in Grand Bahama, and that is why East End and West End have been left behind, because while Freeport grew, East and West went down.